Am I back? Jesus Christ, man. What was that all about? Ridiculous. Damn it. Just turned off. No warning or no, Millie's not even here. No warning or anything. Gee, fuck. That was annoying. Yeah, I had the same dream. It was a bit of a nightmare to me. It definitely isn't Emily's fault. Gavin's the one that got this computer. I'm blaming him. Whew. That was weird. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. It happened yesterday, but it didn't turn off like that. It just went black. Hopefully this isn't some... Well, what are the chances this is a one-time thing? Oh, it just happened insanely once and then never. Everything was fine. I'm probably going to be dealing with this again today at some point. I hope not. I got recordings to do. That'd be objectively terrible if I lost a recording. Ugh, let's not have that. The Greeky Floorboard, thanks for the sub gift. I have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Wow. Come over and beat it up. Oh, man. I'm recording something I'm really excited about today at 11:32. I hope that this doesn't get in the way of that. Do I sound okay still? Everything's fine? Thank you for the watch streak, Phallic Swab. 3 streams. All good. Okay, good. Whew. Man. Not cool. Anyway. That's thrown me for a fucking loop. Any content that gets messed up can always be reenacted by Andrew's fluke face. I guess that's true. Excited for the upcoming drafts. Me too. They're fun. They're fun ones. Bubblegum Chumkus, thank you so much for the sub. Mark's not a computer guy whatsoever. The internet is just magic, and he doesn't have the bandwidth to learn computers. But bandwidth is a big computer word, so you've got a good start. Thank you, Kylo. Mark the Frog, congratulations on your 120 stream streak. Jesus Christ. Is that real? Have I done 120 streams? That's crazy. Love you too, Kylo. Love Mark. What would Regulation Podcast version of Fluke Face be? I don't know. That's a great question. Probably a joke that we won't redo, though. Computers are just rocks we tricked into thinking for us. Brief relief with the 3 stream streak. I feel that Mark, I'm great with hardware, but not software. I can only see Geoff's smiling face. Finally caught up to modern-day console gaming and got a PS5. Ghost of Yotai is the most gorgeous game I've ever seen. Nice. I've never played it. 40 stream streak for E-Night by day. People are flashing their streaks. I love it. Howdy doody, Johan. I feel that way with... I don't have that problem with Wi-Fi or radio, but I am continually amazed by wireless charging. Like putting your phone down on a table and it charges. Which I understand makes sense, but that's, to me, is the future. It doesn't work for shit, but it will. We are lucky with how many different ways electricity reacts with rocks in predictable ways. Might be something for one of your books. Must Love Tacos. Wireless charging makes sense to me. It's just electric magnetic radiation being harnessed by copper windings. Yeah, that's nonsense. You just described magic to me. Transformer? Also, science fiction and magic to me. From a different planet. They're not really cars, but they can turn into what a myriad of. Megatron turned into a gun, for Christ's sake. That's crazy. Danstad, thank you for the subs. It's good to see you this morning. Autobots roll out, exactly. 40 streams for free Hugs Rider, too, not to be undone or outdone. Radiation like Chernobyl, I'm out. I want a table, a warming table. Yeah, that's a really good idea. It has been 40 streams. You're in the 40 stream club. Beeford with the gifted sub. Thank you, Beeford. With more, 5 gifted subs. Yeah, did himself. Did you guys know that every human being on Earth is radioactive in the same way a banana is? Well, I didn't know that, but I'm happy to be in the same boat as a banana. That's good company to be in. 50. Raggedy Mammal. Damn. Good morning, VF1 Skull. I lost my 100 stream streak due to back-to-back funerals. Oh, well, I mean, what are you going to do? A banana boat, one might say. You know, that's a old NBA meme, Mark. You probably don't know that, but banana meme, banana boat meme. Just a humble no-streaker. Dozer Jack says sleeping next to someone for a night is the same as eating 20 bananas radiation-wise. I'm going to start referring to my wife as 20 bananas, Emily. Feels like the streak is holding you hostage. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I want you guys to tune in and hang out. Not because you're trying to watch a number go up, but because you just want to hang out and have fun. The number going up is nice addition, though. Candy Desk Official, thank you so much. Jesus Christ. Really appreciate the 10. Noah Clowney's birthday. The cyanide will kill you, not the 10,000 apples. You put 80 stream for Formal Yeti. That's nice. Please don't let my computer reboot again today. You would think it would tell you. You would think it would tell you. It would say, hey, I'm about to fucking reboot. All right, we got to film backgrounds. I'm going to need Elgato Studio for that, now that I think about it. And I don't need sound. We'll deal with that later. How many bananas do you have near the computer? That's a good point. I could have banana computer cross radiation contamination, which could be causing my computer to reboot. It could be banana related. Brief Relief, thank you. Kylo Watt, thank you. Depending on the apples, you only need 150 seed to kill yourself from cyanide poisoning. What kind of apple has the most cyanide? Congratulations on the 40 stream free hugs, if I didn't already say that. Ice-T and I have the same birthday, says Beeford. Greetings from Russia, says Lexa Toxic. Hello, Russia. Banana for scale. When's the last time y'all saw a hotel motel with the no vacancy sign? Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a couple of like live-in motels around Austin, maybe one of those, but I can't remember. That would have been what it was, probably. Good morning, Tyler. But yeah, that's interesting, Mark. Tom Cruise shares his birthday with you, Iceberg. Greeky Floorboards with the subs. Thank you so much, Greeky. The 5 tier 1 subs. Enriching the community. 5 subs at a time. Really appreciate that. Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. At the Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. What vibe you feeling for backgrounds today? Oh, no, it's not an old title. It's a Mark the Frog request. He speaks for the community. when he said that the community wanted backgrounds today. So we'll do Forza. There's a bunch that we haven't filmed. I'm still not. I'll be honest with you. I'm still chasing backgrounds in Forza. I feel like anytime I sit down to play it, I see something that would make a great background, and I go, "Oh, I should come back and film that," and then I forget. And yeah, oh yeah, love Mr. Worldwide. I don't know anything about Pitbull other than he seems to be a really positive influence on the world, and people seem to love him in a really healthy, uh, familial, communal way that seems really uplifting. That's what I know about Pitbull. And he sang that song with Kesha about "I'm going down, I'm yelling timber." The only thing I really know about Pitbull is that I think he seems like a really good dude, but I don't. That's just my impression from seeing him in media. Beaver saw him in Tampa. That's awesome. That song at college bars in a chokehold. Hey, Geoff, there's a setting in Windows that's automatically turned off that tells you when your computer needs to be restarted to install updates. Oh, I should turn that on. I love Miami. I hate driving in and out of Miami. I love Miami too, Mark. I've vacationed there a few times, not in many years, but I really, really enjoyed it. I tried to get the guys excited about Miami for some reason. For some reason to get regulation to go to Miami. I can't remember exactly why, but nobody seemed into it. Yeah, I love the embracing of the bald thing too. I think that's really cute. I like this whole era, this whole new. I mean, it's not new. I guess it's happened in the past, but I guess this like current era of people going to concerts in this like this community of dress up where everybody dresses like Pitbull. Or I saw Harry Styles played in Austin last year sometime, and I was driving down the road, and there's just 10,000 people wearing, old ladies and young kids and guys, and all wearing like pink feather boas and these really adorable, like fancy robes and stuff. And I don't know, it made me really happy to see all these people like enjoying the same thing in a big, fun, community focused way. I don't know, it was neat. I was, I don't consider myself a part of that community, but I saw it and I went like, those guys are having fun. I wish I was having that kind of fun with them right now. They're doing it right. Same thing with like when Charlie XCX played in Austin. Everybody had like some sort of a wild Charlie XCX outfit on, and it just felt like they were all in some big club. It was cool. Going to a club, but in a big club. I guess you like what you like, says Definitely Deaf. Pitfill did a concert in Alaska because of. Oh yeah, I saw that. I thought that was cool. Yeah. What you're describing is one of the best things about BTS. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really know that was a thing they did as well. They're like the biggest thing in the world, right? And have been for the last decade or so. So the resurgence might have come with them. King Gizzard concerts, it's commonplace to bring custom stickers to trade. I did not know that. That's cool. That's a whole weird scene, that King Gizzard scene. The community around the band Amigo the Devil. I didn't know he had a community like that. I like some of his music though. Geoff, you ever rock a battle jacket? No. King Gizzard is so good. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I like I don't know, a handful of songs. I don't They put out like an album and a half a year or something. It's hard to keep up with, but when I catch one in the wild and I enjoy it, I add it to my playlist. I know a little bit of their music, but not a ton. I'm 34 and I have the hairline of Jerry Only. Should I just continue to shave it or live free? I think you do whatever makes you feel comfortable, Neville. I love the Jerry Only reference. And I know exactly what you're talking about. You don't want to walk around with that. You can do that. You can grow out the devil lock like they do. My fiance found a new use for Gerplers. We have to make 600 cupcake-sized pies for our wedding. Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. By the way, guys, I know you're really into the idea of a lidler. I get a lot of requests for some sort of a Gerpler lid. We are investigating it. We've got the merch guys on it. Well, secret info for you. It doesn't mean we'll end up with one, but we're definitely trying to find one. Andrew always wins. Well, yeah. He always wins when he's right, and he's got the majority of us in his corner. We got straw plans. Don't worry about that. You can't have a lid without a straw. At least that's how I see it. Unless you want to put like one of those little nipples to suck on it, and we're not doing that. What kind of music you listening to these days, Geoff? Man, that's just a little bit of everything. I listened to a lot of music yesterday. I was sitting down trying to figure out what what to talk about this morning, about like what I consumed. And I listened to one really interesting podcast yesterday, and then mostly I didn't even watch TV really. I mostly just listened to music. Let's see. A little bit of everything. What have I been enjoying lately? I started listening to this band yesterday called Grain, an old hardcore band from Cleveland, maybe, or Baltimore, somewhere up there that I'd never heard of, and were cited as kind of influential. And so I was listening to them a bit. I've been listening to a lot of Magnetic Fields. I don't know if you know the hip hop artist Mike. I've been listening to him a lot. Trying to get into Angine de Poitrine because everybody loves him so much. Always listening to a lot of Minutemen. Oh, you know what I've been listening to? This old hardcore band called Gray Area, who is kind of a super group. I don't know how much about old hardcore you guys know, but there was this band in the '90s called Gray Area that kind of spawned out of the death of the lead. There was this band called Warzone that we all loved, and the lead singer Ray Bees died. And after he died, two of the bandmates started a new band called Gray Area, and it had members of like Black Train Jack, Crown of Thorns, In Your Face, Token Entry, a bunch of other bands, and they formed this kind of like poppy, descendancy kind of post-hardcore band called Gray Area, and I really liked them. And I was listening to that first Gray Area album last night a lot. So there you go. Probably be a song of the day today, actually. As a matter of fact, let me look it up. Dear God by Gray Area. It's a good song. I remember Geoff suggesting Polo G once. I like the song Pop Out at the Party. Polo G is great. I still listen to Polo G a lot. He's probably the hip hop artist I listen to the most these days. 4 months old now. Dang. Congratulations, Kiku. It's amazing how time flies, huh? And also stands completely still. I like Earl Sweatshirt a lot. Earl Sweatshirt is how I found Mike. A couple of New Zealand bands I've caught on to are Alien Weaponry and Shepherd's Rain, both very solid metal. Nice. I like the name Alien Weaponry. Do you know Harley Poe? Yes. I know the name. Yes. I have multiple Big Graham songs in my rotation because Geoff mentioned them years ago. Thanks. There's a new Big Graham song out, I think, actually. Yeah, there is. There is. It just came out. It's on my playlist now that I'm thinking about it. It's like maybe 3 or 4 months old. Over 15 pounds. Wow. I listened to Jason on my ride yesterday, and that is a sad song. Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's told from the perspective of a guy who is having a sexual encounter with a, a supposedly straight man, and just like kind of the heartbreaking beauty of it all, and then the connection and the loss of connection, and I don't know, man. It's there's just something about I find the song to be incredibly transformative. Like they just do such a beautiful job of expressing what that experience is like. You really absorb it and feel it. It's really beautiful and heartbreaking. Music do be making you feel stuff. I was born at 9. Mark the Frog was 913. Jesus Christ. A big kid, buddy. Millie was 6 pounds, 21.5 ounces. No, 6 pounds, 11 ounces, 21.5 inches. That's what it is. Have you heard of Marlon Craft? No, I haven't. I'll check him out, though. Mark the Tadpole. Fighting Dragons with you. Good morning, Geoff, from a baby trans woman that just started HRT after years of putting it off. After years of I just wanted to say that it has been super nice to have someone that I can look to that seems like he would be totally safe to be around. Oh, 100%. If I am ever in Austin, I need to come see Emily for help with her hair too. Yeah, you absolutely should. Yeah, Emily is she has some customers who have transitioned, and she's helped them with the hair journey, and she's pretty well versed in it, and she'd be a lovely person to help you with that. Also, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And you could not be in a safer space and a safer online environment than right here with this wonderful and beautiful and supportive and uplifting and accepting and understanding community. Except for Braxter, man. Watch out for him. Arnett with the gift sub. Hell yeah. Yeah, Regulation Moon Girl's sounding off as well. Change your hearts or die. Mark the Frog with the most salient David Lynch quote of all time. We beat up mean people here. Yeah. Hello, Geoff, you sexy beast. Are you going to watch the football game with Gavin tonight? I think it's on at like 2 p.m. in America, right? I won't be watching it, but we are recording videos before it, and so I'll be racing to get some Let's Plays done so that he can watch it. I'll watch it as well, but yeah. It's all about him. Braxterman's only not an ally to betting results. I don't know why I picked on Braxterman. It's just the first name that came to mind when I had to make fun of somebody. Doing housework, lurking, listening, and I wanted to come back for that. Hell yeah, Mr. Fedora. Heading to Boise soon. I spent a day in Boise, and I thought it was charming, but I wouldn't want to spend 2 days in Boise. Not doing a live stream and watching him. Yeah. We've talked about doing sports react streams. We should at some point. It's just it's hard to explain. It's like sometimes you just don't have the energy to drag everybody into something. You want somebody else to have the idea and to do it. I suspect he may want to watch it more closely than he can on stream. I'm sure he'll do a lot of pacing, and yeah, he probably wants to be alone in a room by himself. I'm off this week, so I'm actually able to catch these live. Hell yeah. I'm okay with the jokes as long as they come out of friendship and love. That's all we got here, Braxter, man. We have a surplus of it. It's after 11. You better get to bed. I'm going to have to stay up till like 10 p.m. tonight because I'm doing this live show with James and Elise in Austin. And I don't think it starts till 8, which is like 45 minutes before I start thinking about going to bed. Patch designs have been posted to the Community Creations channel. Gavin watching England soccer is like watching a wound up spring trying to stay still. Argentina or England today? Fingers crossed for England. Strategic phone calls. I just hope both teams have fun, says says Beeford. That's adorable. What's everyone's favorite Final Fantasy? I like 10 the most, probably. Going the Elmo NBA route. Unpopular opinion, but Final Fantasy 15 is my favorite. I don't think I ever played it. Everybody loves 7, yeah. I guess they love it for a reason. I genuinely never played it. So I know of it through fucking 30 years of media about it, but I never actually played 7. I watched Gus play 9, and he really, really liked it. Oh, you know what? Arca Tactics is a great choice. I'm going to switch mine from 10 to Tactics. I really enjoyed Tactics. Never played a Final Fantasy game, says Mark the Frog. No interest to do so. I'll be honest, I probably will never play another one, but I definitely had a period where I played them. They were great for a time. I don't know if I'd enjoy them in 2026. I somehow gleaned not one single piece of information. It's all about chocobos. It's all about racing chocobos, raising chocobos, racing them, hanging out with them. Final Fantasy VII for the Nintendo Switch 2. Is that a thing? I wish there was a new WoW, or that WoW would make a comeback. I feel like we're overdue for a big MMO that captures the collective conscious for a couple years. We haven't had one like that in a really long time. My only Final Fantasy experience is Kingdom Hearts. Man, that's a game I did not like. And I know, like, I have friends that, like, Michael loves it. Most people love it. I just never got into it. I tried. Just wasn't for me. You have me wanting that library game. It's great. It's so much fun. Jagged Alliance. What was that Star Wars MMO people loved? Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies. Gus and I played it together a lot. You don't know if it's possible for an MMO. I think anything's possible. It just has to be like the right game for the right time, and it has to have the right mechanics. You know, it just needs to, much like the Old Republic. I think it was Galaxies. The DC MMO is still going. Yeah. You know, we go through these phases, right, where like horde modes were a thing for a while, and then everybody wanted to play what do you call them? The shrinky games like Warzone and PUBG, and obviously, of course, the super popular one. And then now, briefly, it's been extraction shooters. Although extraction shooters don't seem to have the enthusiasm or the staying power as battle royale games did. Shrinky games. I can remember battle royale to save my life. City of Heroes was the last MMO I played. Jesus Christ, we did commercials for that game. That's how we ended up becoming real good friends with Ed Robertson of Bare Naked Ladies. We hired him to be Captain Dynamic. Was that his name? Fuck, I can't even remember. Not Captain Flowers. Captain Flowers is Red versus Blue. Captain Dynamic was the City of Heroes live action short series we did. Yeah, we used to play a lot of WoW back in the day, of course. I think it is named after the wrestling format. Captain Flowers is the name of a League of Legends caster. I don't know. Captain Butch Flowers is a character in Red versus Blue. I assumed that was the reference. Mists of Pandaria. We were the Panda Priest posse back in the day. I couldn't get the other guys as into it as I was, though, unfortunately. I wanted to do that forever. I guess I should fucking throw up the backgrounds, huh? What do we got? What do we got? Let's do the warthog. Now, the other day, I've stopped playing Forza. I don't play it anymore. I think the games industry at this point is just too bloated. It won't be forever. Well, as they strip mine video game companies and everyone goes out of business and everything folds. There'll be a new generation that's built up. Okay. I don't play the game anymore. I've done pretty much everything I want to do in it. I got all the collectibles. Let me see how we doing. Most of the achievements. I guess I could do a few more, but I remember the last time I did play, there was something over here I thought was real pretty. Where was that? I wish you could put bookmarks in this game easier. I mean, maybe right here. Let's try that. Fortnite wasn't Fortnite from day one. That's true. They turned it into a battle royale. Temple and waterfall to the left at the small loop. That might have been what I was thinking for. So right here or up here? What? Yeah, you used to make forts at night, and then it was like a kind of a fort building horde mode game. Temple and waterfall. Let's see. Okay. These are going to be like little snow communities. At the treasure car. This treasure car? No, where was that treasure car we just saw? Oh, right here. I've always been an RPG guy. Now my 13-year-old's... Isn't that cool when your kid's old enough to discover stuff that you like? All right, let's not destroy. Tell you what, we don't need the... I was going to film with the warthog. That's why I pulled it out. But we don't need it for this. We'll get it out of the way. Oh, I still remember how to do it. Hell yeah. Let's see what we're working with here. I kind of like it poking out, you know? Just a little hint of it. I wonder if I can get a slightly better angle on it, though. Ah, there we go. Look at that big sky. Fuck. I can't. I wish I could change the FOV a little bit. That's okay. I like something like that, honestly. Yeah, I do. I do like that. All right, we're going to go for 15 minutes. Instinctively breaks the frame into thirds. Well, you know, I was a photojournalist for 5 years, and that was drilled into me in photography and journalism school. And so it's just second nature, I think. Regulation Piano Man here. Just got back from 2 weeks in Maine. I want to go to Maine. I want to hang out in Maine. I mean, I guess I just went to Portland, Maine on that cruise, but I want to like spend more than an afternoon there. It seemed like a really cool place. I bet Geoff would love this situation ever. I would love to spend a day on a lobster boat. Are you kidding? That'd be amazing. How did the coffee news meeting go? You know what? We'll cover it in the podcast. I don't want to spoil the podcast, but it was. We'll probably. I'm gonna put them into my notes in case Eric forgets. It's probably something to talk about. We've got some ideas. Coffee news update. I will say I think you can expect to see us in coffee news in the future. Oh shit! The Yaz steps down? Oh shit. What are the Red Wings going to do? Steve Yzerman steps down. Holy shit. Interesting. Wow. I'll have to discuss that with my father-in-law later today. Isn't there a scene with David Lynch in it from something where he's going to the top of the frame is interesting, the bottom of the frame is interesting, the middle of the frame is fucking boring? I think that's from the Meet the Fablemans movie, maybe. Maybe Meet the Fablemans. I don't know if he's in that movie, but it was something like that where he's like teaching a kid. I never saw Meet the Fablemans, but I know this. I know the scene you're talking about. We call it the rule of thirds in photography. Morning, y'all. Tired day. Just finished binge watching all of Geoff's library cleanup videos. Oh, what's up, JM? That's a lot of videos. We'll be back at it in the library next week. We just want to take a day off and film some backgrounds. Oh, that's even crazier than what's your opinion on the Larkin situation? I don't know. This kind of throws everything into turmoil. I was bummed about Larkin, but who knows? Maybe, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen now? I'm in a card shop for the first time in a couple of years, and good Lord, the sticker shock. Ooh, yeah, it's a real rough time to be into sports cards. Yeah, they are being seen as an alternative investment by many people, and that has driven prices through the fucking roofs. That's why I'm investing mostly in investing. I can't. I'm mad that I even said that. I didn't mean it that way. That I'm investing my time and energy into collecting vintage cards mostly because with the exception of like the Mickey Mantles and the Willie Mays, a lot of them are flying under the radar. So like I just got I don't have it with me. It's up there. It's already in a case, but I just got a Juan Marichal 65 tops for pretty cheap. I got I got this Ripken rookie for real cheap. Forza's making you want to play AC Shadows. That's cool. I never played that one. I have it downloaded. I just never played it. I want to be into a Assassin's Creed game, and every time I like the way I used to be back in the day with the first couple, like Revelations and Brotherhood, and every time I sit down to do it, I get overwhelmed with how big they are now. But I really should just pick one and enjoy it. My daughter spent all of last summer playing Assassin's Creed games, and I had a lot of fun watching her. Takes a 30-minute phone call to cancel Xfinity Internet. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Black Flag remaster. I never played that one that much when it came out. I didn't connect with it. Maybe I'll try it again. Background day. Woohoo! All right, we got about 10 more minutes on this, and then we'll do a different... We'll probably shoot the same thing from a different angle. I really loved the multiplayer in Brotherhood and Revelations. I thought that was phenomenal multiplayer, and those went away, and they've really never brought them back. The game types and everything were so fucking fun and so good. I used to make a bunch of videos. Not a bunch, but I made a few videos in those games for Achievement Hunter, just doing multiplayer stuff. Griefing and whatnot. My cat is named Bayek of Siwa from Origins. That's awesome. Brotherhood multiplayer was so unique and cool. It was. It really was. Always online single player can die in a hole. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. Thanks, Malignant Girl Boss. I wish I had enough free time and money to get out of Florida for a period of time to be enjoyed. Like, I bet I could probably swing a weekend in Austin if I slept in my car, but gas alone would be preventative. I'm sure we could find a place for you to sleep, Mark, that wasn't your car. I miss the Assassin's Creed multiplayer as well. Games like Among Us, yeah. Yeah, it was a special thing. I got my cat a litter robot, and my orange boy has spent the morning sharing his thoughts. 15 pounds. That's so crazy. I'm trying to remember how old Millie was when she got to 15 pounds. I don't know why I'm doubling back to earlier in the conversation, but it just popped into my head. I meant to try to put that together. If she was 6 pounds, she must have been... She was a very slight child. Yeah, I don't know. I guess 4 or 5 months, probably. I used to sleep in my truck all the time. I'd make the drive from Fort Hood, Fort Cavazos to Mobile to visit my family after work on a Friday night. So I'd stop somewhere in, like, you know, East Texas, spend the night in sleeping in a gas station or a Walmart parking lot or something, and then get up 4 in the morning and continue on. I used to do that over and over and over again. Slept at so many rest stops, and then got creeped out by people moving around or knocking on my window or whatever, and getting the fuck out of there. Yeah, it did help that my truck had a bench seat. Your 7-month-old's almost 20 pounds. Dang. I've never been bugged by a cop sleeping in my car. But, you know, I was doing it in the 90s. Maybe it was a different time. But I never had that problem. I was bugged by other people. I can't be a slut rat. I must be a girl boss. I love it. I think my oldest didn't get to 15 pounds until 6 months. It's insane. That much by 4. Yeah, I guess Millie probably was older, too. We are at 9 minutes, so we got about 6 to go. Valiant Vander says, I was on a road trip with my mom and fell asleep. I woke up to a cop knocking on the window, and my mom wasn't in the car. Scared the hell out of me. I bet. Almost certainly recording the capture before the face cam gets injected. Yeah, I'm recording I'm streaming to you via OBS, but I'm recording the capture in Elgato Studio. Not being a white dude has distinct disadvantages. Unfortunately, it does. Smoke from the wildfires just hit my town. We are fucking blanketed in this Sahara dust. Austin has been so fucking dusty. Yeah, I've fucked up and recorded with face cam in the past. And I used to do it in OBS and then just remove the face cam and do it that way. You're 100% right, but it's just easier to open up a different program now. How is Austin getting Sahara dust? I think the whole U.S. is, but yeah, it is rough down here. Yeah, wind. That's the easiest answer. Get it almost every year in Austin. We do, actually. It's why the sky was orange all day yesterday, yeah. It's dust and not smoke. Yeah, we get Sahara dust. You might have smoke from something else. I know there's fires in the U.S. right now, but we are getting hit with Sahara dust as it makes its way across the ocean. That's probably that's probably why. Are you in the city or the subs? I'm in the city burbs, like in between. Hopefully the rain washes the dust out. Yeah, we had a good day of rain yesterday, at least in the morning. Hopefully we'll continue. I got some big trees that need water. I'm starting to sound like Nick. You haven't noticed any dust in DFW? Oh, my God. We haven't had a lot of over 100. Geoff docks himself. Now we know he's in the city burbs. Strange that the wind can continuously travel that far. There you go. You can see the dust migration on the dust mass section of the windy.com website. There you go. Nothing wrong with sounding like Nick. Depends on what we're talking about. I'm definitely on Earth. 100%. Are you and Nick sending each other bird pics now? Bird videos. Yeah, he sends me bird videos all the time, and I send him the occasional pic. I don't have a bird camera set up anymore like he does, so I can't record as easily. Moon Man Ramsey. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to live on the moon. It seems pretty lackluster up there. All right, we have a minute and a half left on this bad boy. Then we'll film it we'll film it as the primary subject. Luther had a rough time up there. Imagine the moon birds. You know, that's true. That would be cool. I think there's a lot of fucking... I think there's a lot going on up there visually. And it would be nice to be on the moon just to see it for yourself. Because I'm pretty sure space is full of interesting things flying around that we don't get to see and that we don't get shown. No, that's boring. I wouldn't want to go to space because of William Shatner's reaction when he came back. he was shaken to his core, and I don't want to be shaken like that. I don't want to see the perspective. I don't want to feel that far away from everything. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I have the capacity to handle being that far away from comfort and safety. I think it would be so isolating and terrifying, and I don't think I would find it adventurous. I think I'd find it horrifying. Oh, right at 15 minutes. That's right. I have... Well, that was good enough. I forgot that I'm using a battery these days so my controller can disconnect. That's annoying. Oh, with the waterfall. Thank you. Now that's... Walk in. Yeah. That's our next shot, huh? And go. There's too much to look at on this planet. I agree. There's so much going on Earth. There's so much going on Earth. I'm so fascinated by it. Have you guys ever heard of a theory called the unicontext? I heard this. I listened to this podcast about it yesterday. This Derek Thompson Plain English podcast with this philosopher, Agnes Callard, who I think is from Yale. I think she's a professor at Yale. It's one of the Ivy League schools. And she was talking about this theory she has of unicontext and how it's changing society and how it started changing society around 1910 as the world became sort of a series of global marketplaces that we could access, and how it's physiologically changing our brains and how we view ourselves within the capacity of that, and how we view ourselves within communities because of it. It was really interesting. Kind of depressing, but interesting. Anyway, I'm not articulate enough to explain it in a way that would give you guys any insight into what she was saying, but I would recommend checking out the unicontext theory because I thought it was interesting and definitely fun to think about in the back of your head. Yeah, it's basically the shrinking of the world so that an individual... It really started with trains. It started with trains and the Industrial Revolution and then radio, how we are able to look outside of our local community at what's going on in the world and whether that's a good or a bad thing. I don't think it is. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it just is. It is what it is. And how that's created a sense of comparison. And through the sense of comparison, it's created a sense of competition within us. We compare ourselves to other people and other communities around the world, and then because we're comparing and contrasting, then we have to compete. And then once the competition starts, and this isn't just people and communities, this is schools, this is sports, this is in like all aspects of society. And once we start to compare, then that creates further down the line a homogenization of the things that we're comparing against, and it's kind of bled individuality out of things while we as individuals fuck, hold on, am I online? Is that what's going on here? Hold on, god damn it. Sorry, I'll get back to what I was talking about in a second. Okay. I'll never get that exact same shot again, and I really fucking liked it. It was closer. I got that and that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Running down the neighborhood pejorative. All right. Try that again. That's not right. Hold on. That's... And how we, as the individual, used to think of ourselves in the context of the communities that we are in and the different normative sets that we must fit into in those communities. Like, you were most worried about participating in an appropriate way at church was different than participating communally in a field or at a sporting event, and just how we were more focused on how we fit into these micro communities, even within communities. And now, because of the broadening and shrinking at the same time of these global marketplaces, we now are, over time, have become more focused on individuality and standing out from the crowd as an individual and maintaining our identity, because identities have been homogenized. And in the process of that, through compare and contrast and competition, we are homogenizing ourselves as well. Anyway, it was a pretty fascinating interview. Have you heard of Tip to Tip Japan? No, I haven't. I haven't heard of that. Welcome to Geoff's Ethics. No, it's just a podcast I listened to that was on this unicontext theory that I'd never heard before, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It's more about the, taking a 10,000, a macro view of society over the last, 110 years or so, and just looking at, the overall effects of the changes in the world. Look into Tip to Tip. It was awesome. Is it video games, I take it? Do you listen to audiobooks? I need to. I wish I did. I don't. I've tried. I have trouble following. It's too easy for me to get distracted in my head. If I'm reading, it forces me to be focused, It becomes a much more passive thing, and then I end up rereading or having to rewind and listen to chapters over again and stuff. It's frustrating. Oh, we got a little bit of rain. It's ironic that you voiced a character whose first name meant right-handed when you're left-handed. Was that an intended joke? No, it's just a coincidence. We're not that kind of smart. Two dudes get on motorcycles and cross Japan without a map or smartphones for translation. Oh, that sounds cool. Malignant girl boss struggles with. When I'm reading a book, I'm reading a book. I'm actively engaged. I want to be absorbing what I'm reading, and listening is a more passive experience to me, I guess. It's easier for my mind to wander, and I think it takes a little of the intensity away, unless it's a really engrossing audiobook. They're great for, I'll tell you when I listen to audiobooks, road trips. They're perfect for road trips. But if I'm on a bike ride or, doing laundry in the house or something, I just get lost immediately. It's pouring in North Austin now. Oh, shit. It's not pouring here, but it's raining a little bit. San Antonio's got a baby tornado. That's crazy. It's at a minimum, it would cost $1,000 to record an audiobook. You could do it in your bedroom for free. I haven't I haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl yet, but based on the enthusiasm everywhere I look, everywhere I turn, I imagine I will enjoy it, and I'll get around to it at some point. I don't think this is good, this shot. It's fine. I'll get there. I got a lot in front of me right now. I got to finish my Horace book, which I didn't get to read any of last night. I wanted to, but I was listening to music and puttering all night, I felt like. And then I got to read this Golden Girls mystery, and then my mom sent me a couple books, and then I got Thirst to read as well from Most Love Tacos. That'll probably be the next book. Maybe I'll get to Dungeon Crawler Carl after all that. I used to have a Goodreads account, but I never kept up with it. It felt like I was doing book reports. How goes the Sloppy Joe bingo prompt testing? You know, I was talking about it with Emily last night, and then we didn't get to it. Golden Girls Mystery, yeah. There's a new book series where the Golden Girls solve mysteries. The book I just bought is called Death on the Lanai. I'll let you know how it is. Life will get messy on you. It does that, Dance Dad. David Goggins books. I don't know if I'm familiar with David Goggins. Use Goodreads to track books. I guess I don't really need to. I don't really. I guess I don't track books. I always end up with a physical copy of a book somewhere, and then I read it and then give it away, or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. It's weird. I track movies, not on a Letterboxd XD or anything. I just track them on my phone. I want to track every movie that I watch. I don't know why, but I've been doing that. But I don't feel the need to do that with books for some reason. You know any good Choose Your Own Adventure books? You know, my wife just bought me the original set for Christmas. Or for my birthday, right up there. The original 4 books. I'll probably read through those for fun here pretty soon. Didn't realize how important it is to authors before now. That's a good call. Must love tacos. Ladder's going to get in the pool? Hell yeah. A bookstore with cats is always a great place. I saw people have started Letterboxd and Goodreads accounts for their infants so the kid can track every... Oh, that's interesting. I guess I just don't know why I would need to track it. Like, I'll never look at a book and go, have I read that? I'll know if I read it or not. Struggled with reading fiction but devour nonfiction. I'm the opposite. I struggle with nonfiction but devour fiction. Just fun looking back. Sure. It is fun to look at like the accumulation and be like, oh, look at the pile of books I read. That is cool. I do get that. And I guess that's what I'm doing with movies. I definitely did. Like there was a period, there was 2 years, maybe 3, where I did the 52 book challenge where you read a book a week for a year and try to read 52 books in a year. I did that 2 or 3 years. Maybe 2.5 years. Maybe I fell off in the 3rd. And I definitely was tracking stuff then, but not, I think just in text apps. Really big into science nonfiction lately. My morning's great, Mosey. We're just filming backgrounds, hanging out in Japan, talking about whether we track our books or not. Also helps me with new discovery. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, there's a million great reasons to do it. I just don't ever feel a pull to do it with books. I don't know why. My problem is that I buy books more than I read them. I buy... Even when I'm trying not to, I buy a book a week probably, and I read a book a month maybe. It is true. Some people don't have an internal monologue. Everyone's favorite book they read this year. Go. I don't know. I need a list. I can't remember what I've read this year. I read something before Horus Heresy that I really liked. I can't remember what it was, though. It was very funny. I've never read Project Hail Mary. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. I've read John Green, but not that one. All right, we are at 10 minutes, so we got 5 to go. The only John Green book I read was Paper Towns, but I really, really, really liked it. Made me cry. Wake Up and Open Your Eyes by McLeod Chapman. Falso Mouse with the 5-stream streak. Slayer, a Gotrex and Felix book. I might be Horus Heresy, honestly. It's the only book I can remember. I know I've read other books this year. Oh, I did. I read an Eric Larson book, right? No, whatever. If I had a list, I could tell you. Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. Looking for Alaska. I've read about that book. I've never read it. It feels very similar to the story of Paper Towns, maybe. Read a few John Green books, and Paper Towns was one of the only ones I'd recommend. Looking for Alaska being the other. Who is it used to write those Halo books? Karen Travers, is that her name? I met her a few times. She was really nice. I'm sure a lot of other authors write them now, too. Feel free to skip Therist? Fuck, no, absolutely not. You read the Horus Heresy this year as well. Nice. The second one's real good. I don't know if I like it as much as the first one, but it's good. I'm enjoying it. I think the thing that I'm dealing with between the two is that they were written by two different authors, and you can tell. And I think I just maybe like the writing style of the first author a little bit better than the second author. But I really like it. Got as is, I got this thing, Trek as in star. I don't know what the fuck Mark the Frog is talking about. Got as is, I got this thing, Trek as in star. 21 Horus Heresy books so far this year. I had no idea there were that many Horus Heresy books. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Dan Abnett is the guy who wrote the first one. You going to work? I love you. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight. Got a lot of Emily Booms in the chat. Bye, sweetheart. Which is why there are so many authors. No, yeah, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. I'm listening to this. Does he think he's going with you? Albert. Albie. I think the dog thinks he's going with Emily, but he's not. He'd be a very sad dog. Over 1,300 books in total, just 52 about the 30K era. Just 52. Nobody else I knew read it, so I want to... yeah. Albert's going to cut hair today. Dude, he would be a nightmare. They've had shop dogs in the past, but Albert is not behaved enough to be a shop dog. I don't know that he ever will be. I just don't know that that's in him. They used to have a shop dog, bulldog named Butter, who was the dog of one of the other stylists, and he was pretty solid shop dog for a bulldog, but Albie, he's too excitable and too excited. He would just be pissing everywhere constantly. Thank you for the sub, Gurple Rain. We're eating dinner tonight, Emily. I said we're Gurple Rain subbed. We're eating dinner tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're taking a Dr. Pepper to go. Oh, that's a monster to go. I gotta get my eyes checked. That's right. Blue collar, white monster. All right. Well, that's the end of that recording. I love you. I'll see you maybe at that thing tonight. I don't know. Hey, no problem. That's what I'm here for. All right. I'll talk to you all day. What do you think about this? I knew there was going to be a car come through. Yeah, I guess I should see the whole thing. I hope I catch some cars coming through. Let's try this. All right. I'm in single player, so they won't see me. I think I'll try to get some big projects done with our home as a surprise. That's nice, Caesar. Watching all these videos without being in chat, thinking this guy's called Horace. Do you think we'll get another car? Do you think in 15 minutes we'll have another car go? Yep, never mind. He crashed, huh? Does he just live there? Nope. He just fucking great. Well, this turned into a different kind of waterfall video, but I like it. You've read all the... How many Horus Heresy books have you read, Mark? I hear there's 52. Does that ruin the background? No, I think that's hilarious. Peace and chaos in equal measure. Made my wife some whipped feta. Ugh. I do like pitas, though. You've read about 40. Some custom trail mix sounds really sweet. Must love tacos. I wanted to make... Did we ever do a stream? Didn't we do a draft, a regulation trail mix? I feel like we did. I wonder what our regulation trail mix was. Mid-episode. Yeah, I don't know if we ever made it. Don't mean to talk about white foods in front of Geoff. That's okay. I can take it. Albert's gnawing on a bone. We even got Gracie in it. Nice, nice, nice. Any chance these cars are stream snipers? No. I'm in single player. I turned off multiplayer. This is just all NPC AI. In my opinion, Regulation Trail Mix is the Costco bag. Nice. Yeah, no, this is just the game. I'm going to run and get a cup of coffee. We'll be right back. What up, D&M Jarrett? I love living in my new neighborhood because I'm getting so tuned into the daily drama that's happening. Like, the guy across the street, I don't think lives in the house, but there's every morning until about noon, an electric company comes and parks in the driveway. So they're doing morning electric work every day. It's for 2 weeks now. The guy's already out there. He'll be gone at noon. There's always 2 guys doing stuff. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't think the house is lived in, but I can't quite tell, you know? Down the road, there's a house that was for sale, and then suddenly there was like a 24-hour emergency services, like, water cleanup truck out front. That truck has been there for 4 days now. I can't imagine what pipe burst or problem they had that's required 4 days of emergency water reclamation cleanup. Can't believe they're never going to give you your keys forever and you don't get to move in. That was cool. Look like you're driving right into the fucking waterfall. That's awesome. The last book of the Horus Heresy is The End and the Death. It's split into 3 volumes and totals 1,900 pages in hardback. Is it good? Is it worth reading? He's going for the secret treasure chest. They're always behind the waterfall. Two people in my apartment complex have broken up, and it's fun spying on them. Mm-hmm. I have seen the new Jackass movie twice. I watched it. Emily and I saw it, and then we went with Gavin and Meg and Millie and a big group and saw it. Neighbor's yard was completely dug up, sewer line issues. They've been there for 4 consecutive days. Oh, that sucks. Best Buy has good deals on 3D printers. I've never wanted one. I feel like I should be. I feel like younger Geoff would have jumped at the chance to have a 3D printer and a drone. I don't know why old Geoff won't buy them. I can afford it. I can afford to buy a cheap drone if I wanted to. I'm sure I would love it. I love video games. I love flying stuff. I think I would love every element of it, but for some reason I just don't have a desire. My boyfriend almost threw up during all the poop scenes. Yeah, but Meg had some trouble there too. My printer's always going crazy, and I'm getting my drone license for work soon. The Axeman's like the opposite me. Does Gavin not own both of those things? He does. I'm sure. I'm sure he does, and probably would let me fuck with him if I wanted to. Have you read the Leaphorn and Chi Mysteries by Tony Hillerman? No, I haven't. I've never heard of it. They're pretty good. Am I uninterested in drones because Bernie did it first? No, not at all. I wouldn't let Bernie ruin something like that for me. I don't know. I think if you put a drone in front of me right now, I want to do like, you know, you see a guy at the park and he's got the fucking goggles on and he's going. I want to do that. If I were doing drones, that's what I would want to do. But I think it's like, I don't know. I'll get around to it someday, maybe. I just don't feel a pull to it right now. Maybe I'm a Luddite. Maybe I'm freezing myself to technologically right before this level that we're at. New law makes it so we can't use our Chinese-made survey drones over any federal property. Yeah, that's another thing, too. It's like there's all kinds of laws and regulations about drone operating and where you can and can't get in trouble. No problem, holy cow. Holy co-rap? Holy cow rap? Thank you so much for the years of support. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you'll hang out here in these chats. $4,500 drone. I bet that was cool. You're scared to drop a shit ton of money on a drone, smash it on a tree, and break it. I probably would do that. Yeah, I have a way about me. Sage says I have a way about me where I want so many hobbies, but realistically, I should probably only stick to one or two. I think I'm in a similar boat. Bicycles are a lot. Like, riding my bike provides me so much joy, and my biggest problem is that even in my own life, where I'm 100% in control of my schedule and my responsibilities, I still can't find a way to ride a bike every day, and all I want to do is ride a bike once a day. And so I don't know where I would have I mean, you would find the time. There's weekends, but I'm sure I would find the time to fly a drone. But I'm buried in baseball cards, and I'm behind on bike rides because I just don't have I'm not able to work out the free time to do those things. So I don't want to add more shit to it, you know? If I'm going to do anything, I should probably read more, honestly. First-person POV flying seems really cool, though. God, this turned into such a different video than I thought it would be, but that's totally cool. That's great. Guess what I'm having for dinner tonight? What are you having for dinner tonight, Unite by Day? Sloppy Joe's. It's Sloppy Joe's. He's having Sloppy Joe's. I got super into gardening a couple of years ago, and it's all I can do to spend like an hour a day out in the yard each day. Don't have enough time. Yeah. Girlfriend's making birria tacos. Nice. Nice. I love a good birria taco. I have no idea what I'm eating tonight. I'm going to be at that event from like 6 to 10 or something, so probably whatever food they sell out of a trailer there. Cooking an English breakfast for dinner. I wish. She doesn't like loose hamburger, though. My hobby's collecting creative hobbies, and no one can take that away from me. What's up, Pixel Player? We got about 4 minutes left on this bad boy, and then we'll probably do one more background before we call it. Maybe two. We'll just have to see. Should probably go somewhere else and do something totally different from this, though. Been in a diet for 2 weeks, so I'm having chicken and rice just like every other day. Your diet is all Emily ever wants to eat. She just wants chicken breasts and rice. I read that, Phallic Swab. We're looking into using drones to do bridge inspection. I read that as fridge inspection and had a totally different take on what you were saying. Do we make them? We just made them from a packet. Ground up the beef, made it from a packet, threw some tomato paste in it, I think. Yeah. And then had potato buns, like the Martin's potato rolls. This is Forza 6. This is not Monday. This is Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Yeah, NPC cars just drive around the world constantly. You get there's a whole system where you can photograph them if you need them and collect the photographs of like every car in the game. So a lot of times, well, when I was playing it, I would just park and then wait for cars to drive by and take photos, but I don't do that anymore. So I'm not really playing. There's trails here. You just can't see it the way I have it positioned, but there's roads all around here. Chicken and rice burritos from the Golden Burrito Truck. Mm. Look at this old-timey motherfucker. This is not a new trucks game. This is Forza Horizon 6. Forza 6 prettier than Forza 5, and I only record backgrounds, really, so. Although I did the story and everything. I got like 7, almost 800 gamer score in this game. All right, we are at, we'll do it at 14, then we'll stop. I hope it's, I'm sorry you're having a bad morning, Norstack. Is Mark the Frog having a good morning? I don't even know what Mark's doing today. Are we on a roof? Are we under something? Are we in a freezer? Oh, that guy just fucking crashed. Embarrassing. So embarrassing for you, and everybody's watching. Now you're stuck. He's going to warp out. Yep, there he goes. Right in the way of this dude. Could have done without that in the video. Hell yeah, Wakesu. My dog took a shit throw up in the night, and my robot vacuum went through it. I had that happen once at my couple houses ago, and it slung shit probably 6 feet. And no, that's maybe 4.5, 5 feet in the air. I was cleaning like chest high shit off my walls. It was the worst. You have my sympathies. Today's been a clusterfuck, and I am on a 13-story roof, says Mark. All right, well, that's the answer to when do we stop recording that scene. 13-story roof. That's, you're up there. All right, so here's, you can see this is a trail. Cars drive along, and then it goes up here. So these are just all paths. You can even see like little road signs for them and stuff. So that's why there were cars coming around. They're coming over here and then going up to this thing. All right. One last setup. Maybe something with the city in the background. Everything has gone wrong due to no fault of anyone in our company. Mark towing the company line. He's a company man, Mark. You know, we could film the cityscape, or we could... I missed whatever that was. Thank you for what that was. I can't see it. The window's closed. We could have a pretty cool warthog amongst the trees video, though. You play a little game of Where's Warthog? I kind of like being head on. Oh, that's nice. That's better, right? You like to see the front of the warthog. Can we get this out of the way? Thank you. What? It's almost like the... What's the up and down? There we go. Oh, that wasn't bad. I don't like where that... It's kind of nice. Do that for a few minutes. There is a game, the Axeman, that I am going to make backgrounds in very soon that I'm very excited about, that I just discovered I can do yesterday, but I can't talk about it yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some backgrounds in a new game here pretty soon. Are you going to be able to stream it? Yeah, eventually. If I could tell you what game it was, I would have told you. Just know that, I'm excited about filming backgrounds in a different game, and I'm looking forward to it. GTA 6. It's definitely not GTA 6. That'd be cool, though, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm sure I'll film backgrounds in GTA 6 if I can. It didn't launch with a first-person mode last time. That got patched in later, so we'll have to see. But never know. All right, got to go. Have a good day. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for hanging out while we streamed. Helldivers Halo DLC was disappointing. It's definitely... It's not Star Wars Monopoly now. I just kind of fell into the discovery yesterday when we were fucking around with some stuff, and now I'm very excited about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your cat, Double O Red. That's so sad. There's nothing more heartbreaking than losing a pet. I mean, it's very heartbreaking. I'm so sorry for your loss. Speaking of Halo Helldivers, I bought a 3D printer currently making some ODST armor. Did I see that new co-op playing game? No, I didn't. Just getting back into Minecraft. That's not Minecraft. I could tell you if it was Minecraft. I could film backgrounds with you guys in Minecraft right now. Actually, we filmed backgrounds in Minecraft before. Now that I think about it. Have you been watching the NBA Summer League? I tuned in to watch a little bit of one of the Celtics games, but that is it. I'm pretty off NBA right now. I'm off sports right now. I guess I'm watching a little bit of World Cup, but yeah, I tried to watch the All-Star game last night. I watched like the first inning and a half. It was fine. I'm just on a break from sports, I guess. 17 years old. That is a beautiful old age for a cat. Fought it for over a month. I'm so sorry. I finished Widow's Bay. Yeah, it was great. I really, really liked it. I like that actor a lot. Jonathan Rhys, is that his name? He was, is that his name? That might not be his name. He was Perry Mason. I really, really like him. I'm rooting for England. If it wasn't for England, I'd be rooting for Argentina, but I'm rooting for England to support Gavin. Sorry, just a second. Who was watching the All-Star game at the bar yesterday when they suddenly started pub trivia? I didn't see that. I didn't even realize it was in Philly until I was walking around yesterday. Yeah, they were hammering the Philly aspect of it pretty hard. He walked through the Liberty Bell and then signed like a Declaration of Independence with a big old quill when they announced the players. It was something. Sorry, just I don't know how anyone can watch the NBA Summer League seriously. It's G League games with cameos of players in the stands. I mean, it's an opportunity to see NBA your first opportunity to see NBA talent on your new team, as long as they play. I enjoy Summer League for what it is, but it is weird to like. I'm rooting for a Celtics team that has two or three players on it, and then 12 to 13 guys who were signed up for the Summer League, essentially, and we'll never see again. Been apartment hunting in Philly for the past 3 weeks and had no clue the World Cup was being... Yeah, it's everywhere. Thank you, Wax Poetic, for the sub. Sorry, let me... Fuck. Sorry. Wouldn't... Okay. All right. 8 more minutes on this. Doing great. Syrup, how you doing? It's kind of a creepy forest. 36 degrees Celsius here, and I get to work outside all day. That's about 96 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I think that's what our high yesterday was. 96. Was yesterday? Hey Siri, what's the high today? Fuck. 80 degrees in Austin today? Hell yeah. That's a shame I'm recording and busy all goddamn day. It'd be a perfect day for a bike ride. Merlin, I don't think is a common name, no. Enjoy your spring day in July. I know. It was it's only been in the high 90s in Austin. I think we've only broken 100 once or twice so far this summer, which is great for us. You know, usually we've got about 20 under the belt by now. Maybe 30 under the belt by now. But like we had that year, we had over 72 days in a row over 100. But this year it's just been very humid and very wet for us. So it's like mid 90s and humid as opposed to 105 and dry. Why don't you bike at night? I do sometimes, Mark. I do. I do. It just depends on how much energy I have at night at the end of the day. You know, I didn't get any exercise at all yesterday, and I'm disappointed in myself. But by the time I was free to do it, it was, Emily doesn't get home from work until like 8:30, and then we eat dinner, and then it's after 9, and then I just want to spend time with her, you know? So she'll be asleep by 10, but I'm not going to get up and go for a bike ride at 10:30 at night or anything. I'm too tired by then, so it just gets eaten away by the day. And I'm usually cooking dinner, for an hour up to her coming home, so it really needs to happen between 11 a.m. and the ride needs to begin between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. or it doesn't happen these days. I could get up and go earlier before these streams, but then I start here at 8, so I'd have to start my bike ride at like 6:30 to be done in time. I could do that. I could get up and do a 6 a.m. bike ride. That's probably better for me anyway. I tried. Christ died for my sins. I tried. I've been doing really well. I haven't done it every day, but I've been doing really well. Definitely the best year I've had in a while. It's hard once you have a baby. It really is. It just changes your focus completely in every way. Are the pocket tees printed on comfort colors? I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. Maybe not. I'll look and get back to you. Oh, Mara Jade said yes, they are. Like, I know this is a comfort color shirt, but I can't specifically remember if the pocket tees are too. I have a 4-year-old, so I haven't worked out in 5 years. Oh, dude, I like this with the... Yeah, this is nice. Maybe we'll... Well, I guess we can't sit with it too long because the controller's going to turn off. I've hardly worked out or touched a video game or a book in a bit. That'll happen. As a West Coaster, I wouldn't mind a later start time for the streams. Yeah, I don't want to start any later because that pushes my day. I'd say, like, as soon as I'm done here, every day I have different stuff to do, but like I have stuff to do in the service of regulation or just life. And so, if anything, I'd like to stream a little earlier, but I feel like streaming at 7 is too early. I feel like that's ridiculous. I feel like 8's like the lesser of those evils. Is it raining bad over there? No. It's a little sprinkly, but at the moment. But it is real gray outside. That's why I've left the window open today, because it's so gray outside that I'm not getting a ton of light bleed. Just moved to Austin from Reno and wasn't prepared for the humidity and heat during my morning runs. I will say, hey, Evander, also welcome to Austin. I will say the humidity is atypical. This has been a very humid year. People will complain about the humidity in Austin, but those people don't live on the Gulf Coast or haven't spent any time in the really humid parts of Texas. But this is an abnormally humid year. It's usually much, much drier, especially by now. I think it's Super El Nino or whatever that's making Austin more humid than it normally is. As long as I get an alert, I'll be attending to the stream. Hell yes, Caesar. Thank you. Mark, you got to become a company member with all your ideas. Mark's the idea guy. He's the frog of ideas. Idea, Gerpel death metal shirt. I know. I've pitched that to the guys. They weren't as jazzed about it as I was, Mark, but it may happen. Once my kid was old enough to play with, I use her as an exercise equipment. That is true. Some of the best shape you'll be in your entire life is when your kid is like 2 to 7, and they're just climbing all over you, and yeah. As a Floridian, the humidity is a killer. Yeah. I'm just glad I haven't had to turn my sprinklers on yet. We've only watered our yard twice, I think. Yeah. It's been pretty nice. All right, we're going to turn this off and try to avoid the controller dying in 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one. That's probably enough, actually. That's probably it. No, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Let's see what we got. It didn't really do much for me. I guess. That's fine. I'm not blown away by it. It's fine. I'm gonna spend an hour trying to find this shot that I'm thinking of, and it's probably not even on this hill. There's probably spend 30 minutes just trying to find the right hill, but this will be fine. This is fine. All right, this is our last one for the day. We're gonna call it after this, so that I can take a shower and get ready before I film with the boys, Andrew and Gavin. And then I got to go to the post office and mail Mark his shirts. I'll probably have to do that during the England game. There's a danger sign jump that's a higher view of the city you could use. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do it next time. I don't like it on my monitor, but I like it in the capture window. It looks good in the capture window, so I assume that's what's being captured. Yeah, it's supposedly coming home. Thanks for the company today, Geoff. No problem, Mr. Floor Mustache. Thank you for the company. Thank you to everybody who's hung out. I mean, we're not shouldn't say my goodbyes just yet. We got 12 more minutes. But really appreciate the hanging out and talking. It was fun to be able to discuss the unicontext theory a little bit, because it's been rattling around inside my head ever since I heard it, and I no longer have a podcast to do that with. So I have to subject you guys to it. I think we already picked a song of the day. Oh, it was Gray Area. Yeah. That's probably not even the best song. It's probably not the fourth best song on that album. I probably could have picked a better song, but that's just what I was listening to. This is Forza Horizon 6. I agree, Laddish. I love this community, too. People are just fantastic. You and me both. Death on Foot. You and me both. Best background streams are the best possible substitute for the old pod. I won't lie. It is part of why it doesn't exist anymore. This podcast scratches an itch for me, or this streaming situation we have scratches an itch for me. There's a rug mid-transit to the P.O. box. It's probably going to be a large package. No problem, Mr. Fedora Mustache. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to the post office today, hopefully. I'll be disappointed in myself if I don't make it to the post office today. That's why I'm here. Didn't even know about the stream still saw right ended. Oh. The conversation today has inspired me to reread The Fall of Reach. Nice. Before the Halo remake comes out. My sister and I did dance when we were kids, but she decided to get back into ballet as an adult, and she's been doing point two. Ballerinas are the most badass. Ballerinas are pretty badass. If I sent y'all guys LARP weapons and shields, would you guys try fighting? I love the idea of Valiant, but I think our fighting days are behind us. If you send that to Achievement Hunter, Michael and I are going to whack each other all day long. Regulation, we're much older and frailer, so probably not. We'd hang them on the wall or something. We'd appreciate them, but I don't think we'd hit each other. Are you going to ship out those shirts there, or did I just remind you? Mark, I already said it 5 minutes ago that I had to go to the post office specifically to send your shirts out, and that I would be disappointed in myself if I didn't. Mark cracking the whip. Geoff and Michael Wackoff. You said, Mister, you missed that my sister went to ballet the evening before she went into labor. Jesus. That's committed. Yeah, there'll be no moonballs in the new office for sure. It's not Rooster Teeth paying the bill if he breaks something. It's me. Me and the guy. It's us. So. I've started reading Therist. Hell yeah. Most of Tacos is right here, right now. Could already see the movie in your head. You should option your book off as a movie, Therist. Or Muscle of Tacos. You taking off, Albert? All right, we'll see you. Would you guys ever consider releasing old shirts from the Fuckface days? Maybe. What shirt are you thinking about? What specific shirt would you like? Albert's heading to work. I lost my Vancouver Child Kicker shirt at a hotel. Maybe. No immediate plans for that, but we could do a retro, like a fuckface revisit. I could see that. I'll be honest, probably won't happen this year. We just went through the merch with the merch guys this week. What's today? Last week. And kind of got our plan for most of the rest of the year figured out. Not the whole thing, but most of it. And I don't think we probably have any room to fit that in. Trying really hard not to overload you guys with merch, you know? I don't want you guys to feel like we're just jamming new T-shirts down your throat like every 5 days, like Rooster Teeth style. So we're trying to be light and intentional with our merch. But I like the idea of revisiting old stuff, and so I could see us doing that next year. I get it, Norstack. I get it. Just watching the content and listening to the content is more than enough support for us. Anything you send is appreciated, but you really don't feel the need to do that, especially if it costs money you don't have. Hold on to your money. Everybody should. These are tough times. Don't feel like you need to buy a dumb T-shirt or a Lidler or a Gerpler from us right now if you can't swing it. Don't stretch yourself for us. Did merch drop early? I genuinely don't know. Let me look. Yeah, merch is up. So we've got a Gerpler, a Kuzler, regulation pencil pack, the regulation patch hat, the regulation patch T-shirt, the black metal tee, the white metal tee, the regulation podcast pigeon tee, the Don Pedro Gerpler 501 patch 3-pack, the pigeon patch, the idiot pennant, the sunset patch, the regulation podcast T-shirt, the black Rady Boy T-shirt, and the scrumping and protected by Falcons metal signs have made their way back into the store. And that's all the new merch you're going to see in the store for a while. I say new. We're just going to keep that stuff in stock for a while. That's going to be like our evergreen stock for a while. Obviously, the Gerpler will go, and we won't be replacing that until the next Gerpler drop, which will be probably close to Christmas. Never wanted to, and then realized you couldn't. Dude, standing on your toes is fucking crazy. Gerpler restock or leftovers. Leftovers. We still haven't sold through that bunch. There's still a few left. We found the number. No scrump inside for the community garden. Hell yeah. People love those signs. We feel like we had to bring them back. Yeah, if you can get a lid from Whataburger or McDonald's to work just fine, do that. But if you want a regulation branded one, we'll have one eventually, hopefully. They're looking into it. We'll see how expensive they are to make. If they're cost prohibitive, obviously we're not going to do it. We're not trying to price gouge. What was the special number for the Gerpler stock? I think we ordered 11,000 of this one, but we ordered 11,000 of the last one too, and it was only in stock for about 24 hours. So it's either we've hit some sort of a Gerpler threshold where everybody that wants one has one, or this Gerpler wasn't as enticing as the previous one, the Murdler. Maybe just people didn't like this Gerpler version as much as the Murdler, or like I said, we've met the needs of the community. I'm not sure which one, or if this answer's somewhere in the middle, but we'll probably order the same amount of the next Gerpler as well, and then we'll see. But the next Gerpler is going to be a little different. This is my favorite. I wonder if it's more money and is tighter all around since the Murdler. It's possible, yeah. But also, I mean, at some point, you've got a Gerpler, and you don't need two, maybe. Or maybe you've got 3, and you don't need 4, or, whatever. I get it. Your wife's going to hate you got another Gerpler. Bomb Poplar. We've talked about a Bomb Poplar before, Mark. It's not going to happen this year. That might be a next summer kind of Gerpler. The color-changing ones aren't my favorite, just because I feel like I have to be so careful with the coating. I understand that. Have you considered? No, I don't think we... I don't... I think that might be cost prohibitive, trying to make Andrew's insane Gerpler renderings. Ian Gerpler. You could see that someday. Gerpel Kuzler. That's an interesting idea, Space Unicorn. That's an interesting idea. I'll say that. Do I need to be careful with my color? They say they're dishwasher safe, but I specifically do not put my color-changing Gerpler in the dishwasher. I'm scared of it. I don't know. They say it's safe, but I don't trust it. All right, we're at 12 minutes here. Oh, look at this sunrise going, though. We'll go till the controller turns off because this is too pretty. You hand wash. Yeah, it's easy. It's an easy thing to hand wash for sure. But Geoff, when's the regulation leather-bound legal pad with included calculator going to hit the market? That's our Nerdler launch release. It's going to be a whole thing. We'll have regulation branded pocket protectors, the whole deal. You've dishwashed your Gerpler 3 or 4 times. Mine's been dishwashed more than that, for sure, on accident, and it's still fine. Hidalgo says, I've been out of the loop. Can someone link me to what the fuck a gerbler is? A gerbler is a giant dumb cup that we've been making since fuck face. So we've been making it for about 5 years now. We tend to do 2 drops a year, maybe 3, and each one is a different design. And so I think we've made probably 8 or 9, 10 different designs at this point, I think. Does anybody know how many gerplers we've made? How many different gerplers there are? There's the red one. There's the black one. There's the special gold one that we only made a few of. The green one, the purple one. There's the apple one. There's the color changer. There's compilations on the origin of the gerpler, apparently. It's like the best cup on Earth, and we took the best cup on Earth and made it a little bit bigger. And we've made at least 7. I think I'm missing some, though. There's got to be more. Patch Hat's out, yeah. Patch Hat's back out. The Golden Gerp, I think we only made 10 of those, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, the Golden Gerp had the Golden Gerp had the USB drive in it with the special video. That's true. I forgot about that. Every time I post holding a gerpler, everyone will mention how huge my hands look. I have the color changing ones, the Gerple fuckface one that's really just dark green, and the apple one. Yeah. I'm excited about the pencils being back in stock. I really like those. I really like the long. We have a long form joke that we're playing with the pencils that I'm excited about. I'm excited about next year's pencil pack. All right, that was the last of our backgrounds. Don't look for those to be in content anytime soon, because they're going to be pretty far down the list, and there's some other stuff that's going to bump it anyway, coming up in the nearest future. So that'll be it for the stream today. Thank you so much for hanging out with your old pal Geoff for about 2 hours today. I got a little bit of a late start today. That's my fault. Also, we had that weird issue where my computer rebooted in the middle of it. That was strange. But I've had a lovely Wednesday morning with you all. If any of you are going to the event in Austin tonight, I'll see you there. Otherwise, please, if you get a chance, listen to the Regulation Podcast. It just came out today, episode 114, I believe. As has been heavily discussed in this episode, the Regulation store has been restocked with our evergreen items. Also, JeffRamsey.store has some newish stuff in it. And don't forget, we'll be streaming Friday at 4 p.m. on the Regulation channel. We'll see you there. Love you guys. Bye.